Well, there is an absolutely beautiful Christmas festive atmosphere here in Dublin, and I, for one, am certainly looking forward to Christmas Day. Now, good food, they say, takes good cooking, and Derina Allen from the Ballymaloe Cookery School in County Cork knows all about that.
We have to realise what we have here in Ireland right under our nose that other countries would kill for, and really begin to serve our own local food proudly. And today, as one of the speakers emphasised how difficult it is to actually get Irish traditional food in Ireland. It's easier to get a Thai green curry or Mexican fajitas than it is to get Irish stew and or a wonderful piece of soda bread or colcannon or champ. I mean, what are we like that we're not actually serving these gorgeous things side by side with international food on our menus now? And that's what people are coming for. They want a taste of not only of Ireland, but a taste of everywhere around the country, a taste of each region, taste of each town, taste of each county. And that's, if we're to give them a unique experience, that's what we must deliver for them.
I read that there are more Chinese, there are more Italian and other continental restaurants in Ireland than actual real authentic Irish restaurants.
Yes, well, I'm sure there are, and I think maybe it's part of a sort of slight inferiority complex that we still have the tail end of, that we don't realise just how much we have to be proud of. And even if you have an Italian restaurant or a Thai restaurant, well, you can always give people a taste of the local food as well. Incorporate the food from local farmers and fishermen into your menu and make sure that you give them the credit for what they're doing.
How important is a national marketing brand and organisation like Good Food Ireland?
Well, I think Good Food Ireland is probably the most exciting thing that's happened on the Irish food scene in the last whatever number of years. It feels like 10 years, but I don't think it's even operating for 10 years. But the impact it's had is enormous, really, and it helps all of us to first and foremost appreciate and understand what we have, and also to be, as I mentioned earlier, to be really proud of what we have here in this country, and bring up awareness on a whole lot of other levels, and of course to brand Ireland and make Ireland known all over the world, not only for its friendly people and its beautiful landscape, but as a food destination and as a food tourism destination. It's been enormously influential and will continue to be so.
You mentioned traditional, authentic Irish food. Is it a case that some of those magical recipes have not been passed down through generations?
Well, it sort of is a little bit now. The last 1 or 2 generations have missed out on this, because now we've made such a jump to fast food in the last generation particularly. But I've written a book on traditional Irish food, and actually at this moment I'm revising that book. It's going to be 25% larger, and in that there are hundreds and hundreds of Irish traditional recipes, delicious comforting food, because when you think of Irish traditional food, many people just immediately think of bacon and cabbage. Wonderful it is, and Irish stew and a few others well-known cliched recipes, all of which are delicious. But Irish food was not just one thing. It was the food of the small farms and cottages and so on, but also it was the food of the country houses. And I've been doing quite a lot of research in the National Library and in manuscript cookbooks, some of them which go back to the 1700s. You can't imagine what Irish people were eating, of course, in the country house, the great house at that time. Very sophisticated food, but it doesn't have to be very fancy, sophisticated food to be wonderful. You know, a well-made Irish stew, a lovely piece of crumbly soda bread is just as much of a feast as a sort of wonderful, very fancy country house dish. It doesn't have to be that. It can be simple, delicious, real Irish, and give people a real taste of this country. Our image in Ireland is green, it's natural, people think of pure and they trust Irish food. So our main thing now is to really deliver on that image, and when people come to Ireland, to give them a taste of each place.
Derina, thank you so much for talking to us.